you need to understand, web application already we talked about. Say yes, web application, you haven't learned GSP servlet?
Mm.
Well, just be ready to answer the questions. So when you are developing your web application, you can divide into three parts, right? So first part would be view. View means presentation layer. Like here, the way I'm teaching you, if you understand all those things, it will be easy for you, right? So welcome to my this session, and we are going to talk about which design pattern MVC. People, MVC is a design pattern. What is design pattern? Design pattern is a ready-made solution of the problem which comes in the software industry. People not replying. Design patterns are ready-made problem for those well-known problems which comes in the software industry. Naveen, you understand what I'm talking about? So in industry, there is a lot of issues. Those issues you can overcome if you follow the design pattern. As per the MVC design pattern, you can divide your whole application into three parts. View, people come with me.
Yeah. So,
Controller, C stand for controller, and V stand for M stand for model, right?
mhm,
So whatever web application you have developed in GSP servlet, now I'm going to divide into how many parts?
right.
Three parts. The presentation layer includes your HTML, your CSS, your JavaScript, your Bootstrap, right?
Uh-huh.
And GSPs. These are the part of it. Model means your business logic. You know business logic, where you write your logic, right? And controller is nothing, it's just a servlet. This is a servlet. As per the MVC design pattern, when you make the request, your request will go first of all to people. First of all, it will go to controller. From controller, it will go to the business logic. From business logic, it will do processing and go back to the controller. And then again, it will go to presentation layer. I hope you got the flow or you got confused, people. Like here, somebody is not replying, right? Other people, one
Yes.
people, Rojina, can you come with me? I want to teach you. Okay. Can you unmute? See, maybe feeling, oh my God, daily he is calling to me. I don't have any choice. Rojina, do you understand this flow? Can you come close to mic, please?
Yes.
Your voice is very, 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 very low. It's very hard to hear you. Have you taken your breakfast in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Let me talk to, I don't know. Your voice is very low. Who can talk to me? Kapil,
Yes, sir.
your voice is good. It seems like you took your breakfast. Is it right?
Yeah, twice today.
Nice, nice. Okay. So, what my plan is, I'm going to teach you MVC, Model View Design Pattern, and it comes under the Spring MVC module, right? Talk to me, please. So, Kapil, this is clear to you? Model View Controller Design Pattern. This is just way to divide your whole web application into three parts, right? As per the Spring MVC convention, whenever I would say front controller, you should understand I'm talking about the controller. Hmm. Front controller means
Controller.
controller. And this is a servlet. What man? Your
Sir.
front controller is a servlet and its name is dispatcher servlet. What? Dispatcher servlet. It's clear to you or you got confused?
It's clear.
And when I would say only controller, what? When I say controller means I'm talking about the model. You'll be able to map this or not in your mind. When I say model, right? I'm talking about the controller. If I say front controller, I'm talking about the controller. It's clear to you as per this?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Model means controller. Front controller means controller. Please remember it. Okay? Done. So using this, what I'm supposed to do, I'll make a very simple program. Kapil, are you following me?
Yes, sir.
So there is a benefit of MVC design pattern. I will tell you this tomorrow. First benefit of it, it decouples your presentation layer and business layer separately. So benefit is, at the same time, some people can work in the front end and some people can work in back
Back.
end. Because of loosely coupled, today you are using HTML, tomorrow you want to, sorry, today you are using JSP and tomorrow you want to use time leaf or velocity, some other presentation layer technology, you can easily use it. Oh, nice. So I'm just going to show you one project, right? Or if you allow to me, right? Today I can make a project, right? And for this, I'm going to use power of Spring Boot, right? What? Spring Boot. Spring Boot is nothing. It's just a framework based on Spring technology. Which technology?
Spring.
Spring technology. So if you allow to me, I can tell you how to make a Spring Boot project. What Spring Boot is? Spring Boot is nothing. For you, one-liner definition is Spring Boot is a project through which you can implement MVC design pattern. You can make a web application. Ready? Reply.
Yes,
Like
ready.
here, you may be reading this Spring Boot from maybe 1 month, right? But you cannot talk single line. I know that. Fine. So Spring Boot is for what for now? Any guess? It is a Spring advanced framework through which you can develop web application using MVC design pattern. You got this much or not?
Mhm.
So what program I'm going to make? Naveen, what program I'm going to make? Kapil, Kapil. I'm going to make a simple program where I don't know the same program which you have done in JSP Solid. What program we did? Any guess?
Login
Sleeping
for the
people.
customer.
Login for the customer. Let's do that. Okay. So what we need to do? We'll make a login page, right? So allow me. So in this recording, what I'm going to do, people, I'm going to make a
Login
hello.
page.
I'm going to make a login page, but I'll make with the help of what?
Spring Boot.
Spring Boot. Spring Boot is what? Nothing. It's just a framework based on Spring, which helps to develop
Is there like a difference between Spring Boot and Spring MVC or are the same?
Spring MVC is a concept, and that you can implement with the help of Spring Boot. Hello?
Uh-huh.
MVC is a concept, design pattern, and you can how you can implement it? Spring Boot. So what is a Spring Boot? Spring Boot is nothing. It's just an advanced framework based on Spring. Just remember it, which makes your job easy for developing the application. Who can tell me the definition of Spring Boot? Spring Boot is an advanced framework based on a Spring framework, and using Spring Boot, you can develop many kind of application easily. So can I make a MVC based application using Spring Boot? Answer to me.
Yes.
So before Spring Boot, what people were using, like
Pardon?
so before Spring Boot, like what technology people were using, like
People were using Spring. Let me write it. Your question is very genuine. Your question is before Spring Boot, what technology people are using, right? That's your question.
yeah.
Before that, people were using struts, which is now obsolete from the market. People are using JSF. That is also not used much, right? People were using Spring MVC. Are you following me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Earlier, before Spring Boot, people were using Spring MVC module, struts 2.x, JSF 2.x, right? But now, which framework we are using a lot here and there?
Spring.
Spring Boot. Why Spring Boot? Because Spring Boot is very great framework which makes your job easy for developing anything. If you use this technology, you have to write a lot of code, but in Spring Boot, you can do in a minute. Oh my God, Spring Boot is just magic. If you compare with car, you can think Spring is normal struts, JSF, Spring MVC. This is just car for commute purpose, but Spring Boot is aeroplane. Hello. So which one is better, car or aeroplane? If you want to commute, you're not replying. You would say again, depend on the situation, right? How many miles
Mhm.
you want to travel. Suppose you have to travel 200 miles. You would like to go with by car or by aeroplane? Logical answer I want. Somebody say, I have my car and I'm very interested in driving, right? That's different thing. I'm not talking about that. But normal thing is you can go with
Plan.
plane, right? That's correct. Anybody have any question query? Like here, you just learn definition in my style. No need to mug it. Spring Boot is what? Spring Boot is a great framework based on Spring, which makes your job easy.
More easy.
If if you want to develop REST API, right? Or if you want to make Spring Data JPA, right? You may be using everything. You know everything, but problem is you don't know. Okay, so let's talk on that. Another thing is in this people are very so, people are very innocent because they cannot ask questions. Ask questions with me. So far, you don't have any confusion, right? Let me talk with Rosina. You tell me what do you understand by the Spring Boot. Can you give me a one-line definition? Only one line.
Spring Boot is a framework.
Uh, Spring Boot is a framework. Add more few words, please. Spring Boot is a framework, and again, this teaching to us today. Hmm?
Is
Rosina, just talk to me.
it's a
Like you can take
framework
it. Yeah.
that manages its dependency and life cycle.
Okay, that's good. That's good. At least he's answering it. Okay, we'll make it better, Rosina. Spring Boot, first benefit is it is a framework based on Spring and it makes your job easy. If you work with the Spring Boot project, no need to bother about dependency much, right? It gives you one dependency, automatically it will download other dependency. Clear? Another benefit of Spring Boot is if you work with the Spring Boot, no need to install Tomcat separately. Tomcat comes embedded with the Spring Boot project. Rogina, when I was teaching you JSP Solid, we had downloaded Tomcat and configured it or not? Rogina, this question goes to you. Tell me.
Yes.
When we were working with JSP Solid, that time we had downloaded Tomcat or not? That's question to you.
Yeah, we don't.
But Spring Boot says, hey, don't do that boring job. Let me do that. So Spring Boot automatically download Tomcat for you or not? Yes, that's
Yeah.
benefit is. Another benefit of Spring Boot is Spring Boot is very nice to develop microservice based application and REST API. You can make couple of minutes, right? And Spring Boot offers a lot of feature which you can use in production. So we'll talk on that slowly. Okay, Rojina, can you answer again? Spring Boot, what is the benefit of it now? Rojina, be fast. I'm waiting for you.
Benefit of Spring Boot.
Yeah, again, repeat it.
The definition or
Anything, whatever comes in your mind. Okay, definition. Anything you can answer it. Whatever I said, you were
um,
able to recall.
it makes our work easy and
Very good.
we don't have to download Tomcat
Very
because
nice. It has embedded Tomcat. You are right. You are fast.
Tomcat. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Good. I'm going to make a small login page, but I will do with the Spring Boot. You guys are ready? If you
Yeah.
want to make a Spring Boot project, you can go and download template online using Spring Boot starter. I'm not doing like that. I want to do the way I'm doing. You do in the same fashion today. Tomorrow I will do in that way. Or you want to go it is up to you, right? Let me do without that first. Ready? Ready. So people,
Sounds good.
recording is there, so you should not have any problem. But you do the same thing. I'm telling you. After that, Spring Boot project would be cup of tea for you. Okay. Allow me. Can I start? Yes. Right click on that. Kapil, new, other. Kapil,
Yes,
go
sir.
to other, and here you can choose Maven. You know it, right? Maven module. If you want to make a Spring Boot project, hello, you have to in a Spring Boot project you can make a var and you can make jar of it, right? So both the way you can do. I want to make a web application. I want to use var. So Spring Boot project packaging would be only var or it could be var and jar both. This is the beauty of Spring Boot again. Hey, hey Rosina, what I said. Spring Boot project you can bundle as a jar and war both. Say yes.
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. I want to make war because I want to use GSP. If you don't want to use GSP, you don't need war. You can use jar. Hmm? Suppose you want to make REST API. I will tell you what REST API is. So you can make a jar. I would want to make a GSP based thing, so I want to make a war of it. Rogina, I want to here use package, Cubico. This is my group name. It could be anything. Rogina, I'm just using your name. It's fine
Yeah.
because I want your attention. I want to make you happy. So my project name is Rogina space MVC space web. Okay. Allow me. Can I click on the finish button? Yeah.
Mhm.
So far I'm able to make a project. Where is my project name? I forget it. Rogina, what was the project name?
Cubicle.
You forget your name?
Oh,
Okay. Now this project is here. You have to do some configuration. First of all, go to the pom.xml file, Rogina. The way I'm copying, you can also do in the same fashion. Okay? Say yes. So here I need to make a web application with GSP solid, Rogina. So you can copy everything from the parent to up to last. Okay. So recording is there. You can watch how many times?
10 times.
10 times. So you can, after war, you can replace everything. I'm going to explain you what is for word purpose. Like here, your packaging is war, will take care of. This is my, parent dependency, which you need for Spring Boot project that is called Spring Boot Starter. A, this is saying my project is Spring Boot, Rogina. This is my common dependency. For every Spring Boot project, you need it. Got it? I'm using which version of the Java?
8.
8. And this is this dependency, Spring Boot Starter dependency web we are using for web application. Clear? Hello? And this dependency we are using if you do any code change Rogina, automatically it will reflect for that purpose. Otherwise you can delete it. This you want to use JSP, right? For that purpose. And this is also for JSPs. Okay. Other thing I'm deleting today, I'll add tomorrow. Rogina, are you following me? Other
Yes.
thing what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete it. I'll add tomorrow when we need it. Okay. Say yes. Let me tell you again about the jar. First jar is talking about I'm making a web project, right? Second jar is talking about if you do any change, automatically it will restart the container. Second, this dependency is saying I want to use JSP, Rogina, for that purpose, right? This is the plugin which is for Spring Boot. I am done with my dependency. And after that, don't forget to right click and update it. Anybody have any problem, any question query in order to make Spring Boot project? Again, no one is replying. Honestly, I'm telling you, you are not in front of me, right? Otherwise, I'll take a gun and kill you. Simple as that. Hmm? No, you don't want to die? If you don't want to die, please reply. Okay. Okay, that's fine. No worries, guys. I'm not going to kill you. I was just kidding. Please. Okay. So, anybody have any question queries so far? My Spring Boot project is ready. Hmm? Please come close to mic, please.
I have a question. Like, what is the difference between plugging and dependency?
Okay,
Like,
very good. Very good question. Dependency means it is a jar file, and plugin means it is utility. It will do some task, like it can convert your XSD into XSD into JXB file, like Java class. It can convert your WSDL into client-side artifact, or it can create a jar file. So plugin is just contains utility. What? Utility, a bunch of code you can say, right? But this is just jars, right? So this library you can use in your project, but this can perform some task. For example, you want to create a jar name with some particular name, right? You can use plugin. Plugin means some task, action. It's clear to you?
can you scroll a little bit up?
Pardon?
Yeah, can you scroll a little bit up? scroll up.
Up.
Also,
Please ask questions.
line number 16, Java version 1.8.
Yeah, you.
I was dedicated 11 and I tried to do 11 and there was a problem. And when I do the plugin, it was working.
So you can, include, this is called a declarative way, right? So either you can use this or plugin, both are same, right? So if plugin works, use plugin, no problem. But plugin and this property does the same thing. Same thing you can achieve with the help of plugin as well as this. Got it? This is not dependency. This is just a tag in the property.
Like this is thing like I have a Java version of 1.8, right?
Yeah, you can use 11 and you can use 11 plugin. It's okay if it is working for you.
Also, I
Make
think
sense?
last time we did Maven something. I don't remember. And the last
Uh,
project.
in last project, we were just doing in the same way, right? Otherwise, you can show to me tomorrow, right? Today you have some other station as well. That's why I'm making faster. Let's go ahead. Hello? After, hey, this is clear to you? After that, hey, people, you have to make your login page. Can you come with me? So login page already we have designed. If you remember, which was the project name? I forget it totally. This one. People, allow me. If you give me the permission, can I copy all the file from here to there? Because this project I want to replicate in Spring Boot. Rogina, what do you say? Copy, right? You see? Happy? See, in a Spring Boot project, okay, I need this customer class as well. If allowed to me, can I copy this class? Because my code is not compiling. People, go and make all this very logically by understanding it, okay? I just want to make a package. In this package, which class I want to keep, guys? Reply once. Customer class. To compile my code. Can you see this? Yeah. Other thing, we'll remove it slowly. Say yes, you are following me.
Yeah.
Hello. So now in a Spring Boot based project, you have to create one of the file. That file is the heart of the Spring Boot. That is called application.property file. Which file? Please don't forget it. This file name could be anything, but today I'm just making it application.properties file. You can make YAML as well, but we'll talk about it. This much is clear to everybody?
That's good.
Hello. This
Yes.
is this is a heart of the Spring Boot. Spring Boot based application. Every input it takes from this file only. In this file, you have to tell to the Spring Boot, I'm going to use JSP in my project. What? What I'm going to use? JSP. So you have to make this entry over here. Allow me. Which entry? This entry we are making in our project in order to ensure what? I am using JSP. And my JSP location is slash means it is present in web app and extension is .jsp. I hope this much is clear to everybody. People.
Yeah.
Hello. So if you want to open which JSP you want to which JSP you want to open, login, right? So here every HTML I am replacing with .jsp file. Is okay with you?
Yes.
Because I want to use JSP. So you know how to rename it? I don't know you know it or not. Huh? I'm saying, do you know how to rename it?
Yeah, just change the .html to .jsp.
Very good. And for that, even people are not replying. They may be waiting for me. Okay, done. I'm able to convert all my HTML page in JSP. My job is done. So which page you want to open as a first page? Login.jsp. Allow me. Can I try?
Yep.
Here, in order to do that, in this I can make I can make a controller class. How? I'm making a controller class login controller. Is okay with you? And this class
Yeah.
must be annotated with annotation REST controller. This thing you have to try yourself, not REST controller. You just use for controller for today. Hello, only controller annotation. And here you can write public string return type get log. You can write return type must be string over here. And here you can use get mapping annotation. Here you are saying if somebody is typing slash, right? So you want to return which JSP? Login.jsp. So you just write login, automatically GSP will be appended over here. Hey, this is clear to you? When you type slash, right? If you don't
Yeah.
type anything, by default, which page will open? It will go to the web app and pick the login.jsp. JSP is not here. It will pick because of this entry. Extension will be what?
JSP.
When you return some name, which page will be returned to you? Login.jsp. Is clear? This annotation is saying this is my model controller. Got it?
Got it.
And in a Spring Boot project, you have to make a main file. You may be doing, but you don't know why. What? Main. You can give any name to it. Main boot. Okay. So this is my main file, which will start my Spring Boot project, right? So you have to write the main method over here, and it must be annotated with this annotation, Spring Boot application. And here you can write some more line like Spring application dot run method. And here you can give the name of the class, first parameter. That's it. Anybody have any question query? This code, this much code you have to mug it. This is what, man? This is main file, which starts what? Spring Boot project. No one is replying. Hello? Some
Yeah.
people. My project is ready and I have done for today. Okay.
Okay.
So let me tell you what I did. First, I created a Spring Boot project. Then I have created a login page. Can you see this? Login.jsp.
Yes.
And on top of it, I had created a controller file annotated with this annotation. Get mapping means when you put the slash, right? You want to put more URL pattern, then you can write like this. Hello, you want to open this page by typing slash or by typing foo, right? Hmm. So either you type slash or foo in the URL pattern, login.jsp will come. Can I run this much? Say yes.
Yes.
So you come over here and right click on main file, run as Java application. And by default, it will run on which port number? Tomcat is there. You haven't added Tomcat. Tomcat is embedded in Spring Boot project. It's saying 8080 is already in use. Can I change my port number? So here you can come and you can change the port number by typing server.port. Which port number you want to use? 888, right? So what happened next, man? If you go to the main file and right click on it, run as Java. Tomorrow we'll repeat it, everything. Okay? No worries. I'm going to wrap up it. So my project is running on which port number, sir?
8888.
8888. So you have to come in the URL pattern and here you can type localhost and what? 888. Enter. Here by default, which page should be open?
Login page.
Page. Here you can type slash foo as well. In both the case, login page will come. And next thing I will teach tomorrow. Make sense? So what I
Yes.
have done today, I have just created a web project and you have seen it. I have given Rojina, why I have given the Rojina name? Any connection? Because I want to take her attention. Simple, right? And just created a JSP file, right? In the application property file, we are mentioning I want to use JSP and this is the port number. This file is the special file for the Spring Boot, which from where all the input will be taken by the Spring Boot container. Hmm? And pom.xml file comprises what? For a Spring Boot project, you have to add a parent dependency, which is Spring Boot starter parent. And this dependency is for creating a web project. This dependency is, if you do some changes, automatically it will reflect. This dependency is telling, hey, I'm using JSP.
JSP.
And this is the controller where you are saying when you type foo or slash login.jsp will come. And this is the main file, which start Spring Boot application. In Spring Boot based application, we have main file. And this class must be annotated with Spring Boot application. I'll tell you about this notation more tomorrow in the session. And this line will trigger your Spring Boot project, right? What?
Yes.
Below line triggers Spring
Convert project.
Boot project. I hope whatever we have talked about today, you have understand it, right? So guys, I think this is enough for today. Thank you so much for your time. Next topic we will learn in next session tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Thank you.